Good morrow, you wonderful people. Today's little adventure is a walk from Winchester to Basingstoke along the Itchen Way, which converts into St Swithun's Way, and then finally onto the Wayfarers Walk. So the route begins. Not particularly nice start really, busy road. Hopefully we'll be off this quite shortly. Look who I met on the way. I haven't even started yet. Just gone through some built up places in Winchester and now we're heading out into the alongside the Itchen. Well, the first part of the walk has been okay, I suppose. A lot of traffic noise as you go past some quite busy roads, and it's sort of, you know, that urban sort of outdoor area type feel about it. It's not particularly wild or isolated yet, but hopefully as we move on it will be. Big feathers. Well, this is much prettier. Actually following the River Itchen now. Some people ask why I do these sort of things, like, you know, these 2-day hikes or the kayaking or whatever, and I suppose I've always liked to set myself a challenge. During my time in the army it was an annual challenge, and I did, you know, numerous things. I did, you know, ultra marathons, so the 80 mile South Downs Way run, I did that one twice. London marathons, I did the tough guy competitions, mountain bike marathons, you know, all stuff like that. I like to basically set myself a challenge every year. It got harder once I left the army. Clearly part of the army, you know, you have a lot of time to be able to do things, adventure training and a lot of physical training because that's part of the job. But I'd still like to set these challenges, and I read a book the other day, I can't remember the author, I'll put a link in it somewhere. It was called The Comfort Crisis, which essentially talks about modern society and the fact that people are, you know, get too much in a comfort zone. They don't get out and challenge themselves to things, and it can lead to depression. And I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer you need to get yourself out into the countryside. I believe physical activity helps your mental state, and you know, just doing this sort of thing, getting outside into the countryside, putting yourself slightly outside your comfort zone. You know, this is I haven't done any training for this, so, you know, I imagine I'm going to be aching tomorrow, my shoulders and everything else like that. But it's just, you know, getting yourself out, making yourself feel uncomfortable, and, you know, it sort of enhances your life. What I didn't do is bring enough water, so I brought along a water filter system because I knew I'd be going along the river. So basically just fill up this packet, stick it through here, and then I can fill up my water bottle again. The beauty of this system is you can fill up a few of these bottles or pouches, and I have a couple of them here, and then you can use it later. And I need that fluid replacement, judging by the amount of sweat that's coming off me, so having to wear that pouch. Look at this, what a beautiful location. It's lovely. I don't know if If other people get paranoid when walking through grass like this, I'm always worried about ticks getting on my legs. I suppose it's because I've been brought up in an orienteering environment where everyone is paranoid about ticks, especially in Sweden. And in Sweden they tape up your orienteering kit before you go out in the forest. Ticks carry pretty nasty diseases. You know, Lyme's is probably the most famous. There's also tick-borne encephalitis and all sorts of horrible things. Very interesting memorial here. It's basically on 22nd July 1944. 3 Spitfires collided and they crashed into the field in front of me, and then 2 crashed into a field back beyond there. And this sort of is like a little historical memorial to them. Right, up on Appleton Down now, and it's like a public footpath, and there's a lot of public footpaths around the area, but I'm gobsmacked at the amount of dog poo there is everywhere. It's disgusting. There's like just so much of it. It really, really annoys me why people just don't bloody pick up their dog poo. You know, you're scared to tread anywhere. Okay, so now we've moved on to the Wayfarers Walk. They all link together. We had the Itchen, we had the St Swithun's Way, and now we're on to Wayfarers Walks. As I said, we have the bit of the 3 castles. There's another typical English village scene. Lovely little cricket pitch. And at the backdrop, and then there's the church there. It's quite the largest steeple for such a small church. Found my spot for the night. Somewhere, clear it up, turn flat. Good. Far enough away from the footpath, which is up there somewhere. What's pretty annoying is the first tractor I've seen all day was literally in the field down there. I don't know whether it's a farm that owns it or just someone that works for him, but I had to sort of try and sneak in here before they saw me. Breakfast. That's my dinner for tonight. Here's my cooker. It's Coleman. Boiling already, didn't take long at all. Okay, time to put the tent up. It's a Alpkit Jaran 2. Do we go for time lapse or do we just go for one where we go and then it appears up? Who knows? there it is. Jaran 2. So for dinner we've got chicken keema curry. I've tried these before. Fire pot. Only pour the water in. Give it a stir. Is that enough? Put a bit more in. Give it a stir. Close it up. Meanwhile, we'll use the rest of this for a cup of tea. So let's try this then. What's it like? It's quite dry. Very tasty. What's crazy is I'm like jumping at every noise here. I thought I heard a dog barking then, you know. But for years of, you know, in the army we used to be camping out in places like this in the middle of nowhere all the time. It was, you know, part of the course. But I suppose we weren't going to get ticked off by some angry farmer or someone like that. That's the one concern. Having said that, you know, there were no signs saying it's private property here. There has been signs everywhere saying private property. This is the first place that I've seen that hasn't had any. As I say, we'll see how it goes. I don't think, you know, it's literally, I did pick it because it was in the middle of nowhere. I looked at it on a map. I've seen some photos of it that people have taken, and it was one spot that I thought was as far away from any houses. You know, you're unlikely to get people walking past here, you know, past sort of 7 o'clock like now, one would hope. Good morning, campers. Well, I've slept pretty well. I'm quite surprised at the noise from the motorway, which is probably about 5 miles that way. The M3, it's quite surprising how noisy that was throughout the night. Apart from that, I heard a few owls, a few things scurrying around, but that was it. Pretty peaceful night. Just gonna have breakfast now before heading off. how apt that the name is Wayfarer. We've just been walking, in fact, now still on the Wayfarers path. These are very good, these ones. I've had these before. Well, as the mantra says, leave no trace. I think we've done a pretty good job here. There's my camping spot for the night, and now it's time to head off. I think that was a good choice for a place to spend the night. Yep, very comfortable. And today we're not as warm as it was yesterday, which is quite pleasant. Bit of dew on the ground. I think I've probably got about 13 kilometres today. I think maybe 16. I don't know, but not far. Okay, we're now walking on the Roman road that moves from Silchester to Winchester, or Winchester to Silchester, whichever way you want to go. Runs all the way down here as a footpath, then becomes a road. Okay, so what did I learn from that little 2-day expedition? Well, the first thing is that the shoes I had aren't great. I got blisters, and my little toenail went black, and I think that's because they're probably too tight. The second thing I learned was I'm really glad that I took the water purification kit. I probably used 8 to 10 litres over the 2 days, and having to carry that weight would have been, very tiring. Having to have the purification kit and be able to pick up water from rivers and streams, which really helped. And the third thing was probably that all the kit I had worked really well. The tent was great, the cooker was great, the Bergen, everything else was comfortable, and there were no issues with that. Probably need to do a bit more training really, to be able to hit 2 days like that. Well, that's it for that one. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please hit the like and subscribe button and leave any comments if you wish to. I hope that you will stay with me for my next video, which should be out quite shortly. Hopefully it will be on a paddleboard this time.